Hi everyone, welcome to Learn Science with Divya. In this video, we are going to discuss about human digestive system. So let's get started. Here, I have provided you a definition of digestion. Digestion is the process of breaking down complex food into simpler, soluble forms so that it can be absorbed and used by the body. Okay, see, our body is not designed to directly absorb this complex food, so it needs to be broken down into a simpler soluble form, and then our body absorb it and it is utilized then. Okay, let's take an example of rice. Rice is a form of carbohydrate. It contains starch. Starch is a complex food. Okay, so our body will now break it down into simple sugar, and simple sugar is glucose. Glucose is a form of simple sugar. Let's take another example. This is roti. Okay, we felt hungry and we had roti or chapati. Now our body will slowly digest it, then it will provide us energy. Okay, now the human digestive system consists of two things. First one is alimentary canal, and second associated glands. Okay, now alimentary canal is a long tube, we can say. It runs from mouth to anus. Okay, it is 9 meters long tube, and associated glands secrete their you can say their digestive juices into the alimentary canal and helps it to digest the food particles. Okay, and we have 3 associated glands. Okay, they are salivary gland, liver, and pancreas, that we will discuss later. Let's first talk about alimentary canal. So this is your NCERT book, and this is the diagram of human alimentary canal. So you can see here it starts from mouth and ends to the anus. Okay, so our digestion will start from mouth, then first mouth, then esophagus, then stomach, then small intestine, large intestine, and finally it gets digested through anus. Okay, and 3 associated glands here are: in mouth we have saliva, liver, and pancreas. So we will talk about them one by one. Let's first discuss mouth. In mouth we have 3 important things. First one, teeth, saliva, and tongue. Teeth help in cutting this food into small pieces, chew and grind it. So we can say it is a type of mechanical digestion or physical digestion. Why physical? Because no chemical is involved. Second one is saliva. We have salivary glands that contain enzymes called salivary amylase. And salivary amylase breaks starch. Starch is a form of carbohydrate. Carbohydrate, or we talked about it few minutes ago. Starch is a type of carbohydrate or complex sugar, so it gets broken down into maltose, or you can say simple sugar. Okay, now third one is tongue. Tongue simply mixes food and helps in swallowing it. I hope it is clear to you all. In mouth, starch is breaking down into maltose, or you can say that complex sugar or carbohydrate is broken down into simple sugar, but it is not complete. It's incomplete digestion. Okay, what it is? Incomplete digestion. So we can say that in mouth, incomplete digestion takes place. Now food enters into the esophagus or in your books. Esophagus is also written like this. Okay. Now in food pipe, point to be noted, no digestion takes place here. Okay. Only food moves down to the stomach. Okay. Here a very important movement takes place that is known as peristaltic movement. Peristaltic movement is what? Contraction and expansion of walls of food pipe. It helps in pushing the slightly digested food into the stomach. I hope this is clear to you all. Now let's talk about our second digestive organ, that is stomach. Stomach is a J-shaped organ where it is located on the left side of the abdomen. Left side of the abdomen. Okay. Here you can see here it's a stomach, and you can see its shape. It's like a J-shaped organ, and where it is located on the left side of the abdomen. Okay. Here many important things take place. First, food is churned in the stomach for about 3 hours. During this time, the food breaks down into smaller pieces and forms a semi-solid paste or semi-solid liquid called chyme. The stomach wall contains 3 tubular glands. Okay, how many glands? 3 tubular glands in its wall, and these helps in secretion of gastric juice, and this gastric juice is acidic in nature. Like, why acidic? Because stomach also contains HCl. Because of the presence of HCl, it is acidic in nature. Now, the function of HCl is to produce acidic medium, or to provide acidic medium, or to kill germs or kill bacteria, because bacteria cannot survive in acidic medium. Second one is pepsin. Pepsin is a type of enzyme, okay, that helps in the breakdown of protein present in food to form smaller molecules. So, the protein digestion begins in the stomach, not in the mouth. In the mouth, carbohydrate digestion begins, and in stomach, protein digestion begins. And the protein digestive enzyme pepsin is only active in the presence of acid. So, you know now what is the function of hydrochloric acid? To make the medium of gastric juice acidic, so the enzyme pepsin can digest the food protein properly. Now the third one is mucus. Here I haven't mentioned it. Mucus helps in protecting the stomach wall. Okay. Protecting the stomach wall from these acidic gastric juices, so that our lining of stomach cannot be harmed. But if mucus is not secreted, HCl will cause the erosion of inner lining of stomach, and it leads to the formation of ulcers. Okay, so it is important to provide acidic medium, but in a moderate amount. Now, from the stomach, the partially digested food enters into the small intestine. Here, major digestion and absorption takes place. This is your small intestine. Why it is known as small intestine? Because it is narrow. Otherwise, it is the largest part of human alimentary canal. It is 6.5 meters. But it is narrow. That's why it is known as small intestine. So, small intestine receives secretions from liver. Liver is what? A gland. Okay. Here, liver secretes bile juice, and this bile juice is provided to the small intestine through liver, and it breaks down the fats into droplets, or this process is also known as emulsification. Okay, now second one is pancreas. Pancreas secretes pancreatic juice that digests protein, fats and carbohydrates. So all the important complex food particles are broken down into simple forms. First, carbohydrates. Second, protein. Third, fats. So all the three food molecules, complex food particles are broken down, and in small intestine complete digestion takes place. And second most important thing here is absorption. Absorption also takes place here. Okay, how? The inner walls of small intestine have villi. Villi are finger-like projections that increases the surface area of small intestine and helps in the absorption of digested food, and it is transferred to the blood. Now the food becomes water soluble. Okay, and it is utilized by the body, and after the absorption, assimilation of food takes place. Okay, the blood carries this digested and dissolved food to all the parts of the body, where it becomes assimilated as parts of the cells, and then after this assimilation process we are provided with energy. Is it clear to you all? I hope so. Now the complete digestion has taken place, food is assimilated. What remains now? Let's talk about large intestine. Large intestine is a very important digestive organ for absorbing excess water. Okay, it absorbs excess water from the unabsorbed food, or in undigested food we can say, and this water gets back to the body, and this absorbed water gets back to the body. Now the remaining form is stored as a semi-solid waste known as feces, and then this feces is transferred to the anus, where egestion takes place. Okay, and this is the last part of the nutrition. It removes the undigested waste. I hope this is clear to you all. Let's revise them one by one through the diagram. Okay, so this is the human alimentary canal. Here, first digestion started with mouth. Here we can say the first part of nutrition takes place, that is known as ingestion. Okay, And second one is digestion. Digestion also started from mouth. We can say the second process is digestion. Third process is absorption. Absorption takes place in, yes, small intestine. And fourth process is assimilation. Assimilation also takes place after food is digested, and complete digestion takes place in small intestine. And then the last step is digestion. Okay, and digestion takes place in anus. Here, this is the liver, and the liver contains this pocket-like structure known as gallbladder. This gallbladder stores bile juice, and this bile juice is transferred to the small intestine. Okay, and this is the pancreas. Pancreas secretes pancreatic juice that is also transferred to the small intestine. This is the summary flow of digestion. Okay, first digestion begins from mouth, then esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and at last anus. Now, important points for exams. Enzyme in saliva is what? Amylase, that digests starch or complex sugar. What is peristalsis movement? It can come in your exam. What is the role of HCl? To provide acidic medium and to kill harmful bacteria that may have entered through our food. What are villi? Finger-like projection that helps in the absorption of digested food in small intestine. So what are the final products that we obtain after digestion? Carbohydrate is converted into glucose, proteins are converted into amino acids, and fats are converted into fatty acids and glycerol. So glucose, amino acid, and fatty acids are the simple form of sugar. Okay, simple form of sugar, or you can say simple molecules and water soluble molecules. And labeling can also come like a label: mouth, esophagus, stomach, liver, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine, anus. And what is very important for exams, to make neat and clean diagrams to get extra marks. So this is all for today. You must have understood the basic process of digestion. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. We'll meet soon. Okay, bye.